Okay, today's talk is about a bunch of things that I had to jot down. Um, this is the Dominican Republic, a map of, and this area over here, that's off the map, is a little country known as Haiti. Um, I just thought it was weird the other day. I was thinking about Haiti, and it sounds like hate E. Why would you call your country Hate E? Famous for having voodoo, and famous for being the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere. Has it got anything to do with the name Hate E? It's not Love E. Anyway, and this is the Florida Gators alligator. Um, so I guess we're talking about sort of Caribbean. I'm not sure where I'm going with that one. Okay. I was going to talk about John Wheeler, quantum physicist, and Mr. Wheeler, Professor Wheeler, came to the conclusion after thinking, well, is the universe energy? Is it matter? He came to the conclusion that the universe is made of data, information, knowledge. Then I got looking at the double slit experiments of things like electrons and particles and light, and the interference patterns that you get, and how if you look into it, it's all about whether there's an observer looking makes a difference as to what kind of pattern you get, which is the strange thing about quantum nature. So, cutting through all the clutter, and the quantum physicists never really cut through the clutter. They say, this is weird, we can't figure it out. If you understand quantum physics, then you don't understand quantum physics. Okay, this is Jamaica, and I'm still staying with the Caribbean. Let's see what else I can give you. Apparently, John Wheeler is quoted as being someone who's into non-duality. I mean, this is a very quantum physics is, they say it's strange, no one can understand it. No one understands what non-duality means. It is a label like if you have a recipe book and it says chicken gumbo, well, people know what chicken is and they don't really know what gumbo is unless you took a course, and I don't know what gumbo is. I mean, it doesn't sound like various vegetables put in a pot and maybe some pork fat, and I can't remember what the southern vegetables are. Tomato, I don't know what's in a gumbo. I'm not sure, but I know what chicken is, and I know gumbo added to a chicken means it's some recipe with chicken in it and whatever makes up a gumbo. But non-duality, well, what does non mean? It means not. And duality, what does duality mean? Well, duo, it means two. So non-duality means not two. So it either means three or more, or it means less than two, which is one or zero or negative numbers. It's not a very good label. But I think what non-duality means for these people is if it's not two, then it is one. It means a singularity, means one thing. And that is the idea of the law of one, that there is one consciousness running everything, which is wrong. Because everyone knows that everyone running around here on planet Earth is running around with their own little individual brains and individual minds. And there is no connection between people, because even when you talk to people, you quite often can misunderstand what they're saying. It's the noise that you have. If you're talking to people in a noisy bar, you can't hear them because the music's too loud. Someone else has smashed a beer glass. There's too many other distractions. Or even if you're in a quiet room and you're talking to someone, they don't always understand what you're saying. Maybe you didn't word things concisely and using the proper words. You had a word in your head that you thought meant red, but it didn't mean red. But since you're a little kid, you've always been using this word that meant red. Nobody else thinks it means red, but for you it means red. So, I mean, there's problems people have just being human. And if people first language is in English and you're speaking English, they might not understand. Or, even though you said it as brilliantly as you can, the person listening to you just had a brain fart and couldn't figure it out. So no one can say that we have, there's one mind running all the humans on the planet, but that's what they say with the law of one, which is some teaching of some extraterrestrial named Ra or something. So how can it be? Well, some of them say, well, it's because on planet Earth you're running around with your lower self. And there's such thing as a higher self, which is, it's a vast thing. It's a vast, huge thing. And your body is a little tiny thing on Earth, and only a little tiny piece of the vast being that they call your higher self can get into your body. And that's only if it's really invited. So basically you're running around. It's like people say you're only using 10% of your brain. Maybe you're only using 10% of your vast higher self. But maybe they say the higher self knows everything. So maybe the higher self is tied into this law of one. That makes more sense to me. Anyway, I got a piece of, someone was saying that the idea of the Matrix movies, and the general matrix that we live in, the social milieu, it's a French word that means like gumbo. The social gumbo, social milieu that we live in, the matrix, is run by people's lower selves. And a lot of people who are running around with their lower selves consider their lower self to be the mind that runs their body. It looks after their body, all the pleasures of the body. If people are tapping into their higher self, then they still look after their body. They're probably more healthy about their body, what they're eating and drinking and breathing, and whether they're taking vaccines or antibiotics. But if you really want to be run by the higher self, they always say it's a big process of surrendering. You have to surrender everything you know, because that's what you know, running your lower self with your little mind. You have to surrender it all to the higher mind, and basically tell your lower mind to shut up and, go sit in the corner and meditate. It's the best thing. But if you want a new matrix run by the higher self, you have to have a lot of people meditating. And do we have enough people meditating to do this? I'm looking right now outside, nothing's changed. No. Not enough people are meditating, not enough people are communing with their higher selves. Okay, back to John Wheeler and his idea that the universe is made of information. This brings me to the teacher of Ho'oponopono, which is a Hawaiian word which basically means making things right. I Haleakala Hugh Len. Now, Hewlin basically said he's got a diagram that you may or may not be able to find on the internet. It used to be easy to find. I looked for it the other day and I couldn't find it. But it's basically the way that the human is designed in spirit is there is a child aspect, a mother aspect, and a parent, let's call it a father aspect, and a God aspect. So the God aspect he called divinity. The father aspect would be what he called Almakua, which is also the ancestral spirits. It's the wise ancestral spirits. So the high self, let's call it. And then the mother self. And he said he also used, the same as John Wheeler, this idea that the universe is not physical, which is what I keep telling you. The universe is informational. If you remember in the Matrix, from time to time they'd show kind of a black screen and numbers trickling down the black screen. The numbers representing the data, the knowledge, the information of the Matrix. So Hewlin said all problems are caused by programs getting stuck in the child aspect. A program is like bad information, a bad program that keeps replaying in the child aspect, which is also known as the subconscious mind. And in order to fix that, Hewlin says, first of all, the mother aspect has got to notice it, and then she has got what she does is she indicates that it's bad data by using primarily love and forgiveness. So basically, she sends love and forgiveness to the program that is playing. So basically what it is she says, the other thing Hewlin says, everything is within you. So how do you look at it that way? Well, everything is holographic. It's holographic. So you, even your body, it's a hologram, which means that everything external to you, the whole world, is somehow the information is stored in your body hologram. So, I mean, I'm not going to go into that. I have to do another lecture and try and figure that one out for you. But assume that's correct, that everything is within you, so you can fix things whether they're in your body or they're in the external world by sending love and forgiveness to this bad data, this bad program that's playing in your child aspect, your subconscious mind. When you do that, it triggers, it gets very complicated, but basically it triggers the divinity to send a clearing energy to that program in the subconscious mind to stop it from playing and dissolving it. So for people that want to escape the matrix, which is all the information here being run by, well, I don't know what percentage of people are getting any higher mind, but the average Joe is not taught about that. So I couldn't give you an information of what percentage of people are run by their lower mind. So anyway, if you want to escape the lower mind matrix, do Ho'oponopono. When you see things you don't like, say something within me, my child aspect, my subconscious mind, some people might even say your unconscious mind, is expressing itself to my awareness and I don't like it. So you are the conscious mind, you are the mother aspect. So what you do is you look at the program, and instead of saying, I hate it, and that's what I do. Trust me, a lot of times I look at things and I go, I hate it. So if you say to yourself, I hate you, I hate you, I hate you, to the thing you don't like, see if you can catch yourself and flip your hate to love and say, okay, this is something I hate, so what I have to do is love the thing I hate. because it's about forgiving the thing. I mean, forgiving. I was trying to see if the words will help me out. I don't see it. But what you're doing is you're basically saying, despite the fact that I don't like what's going on, I accept that it's going on. So it's not me going, la, 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 everything is perfect, irregardless of what's going on. It's you noticing something. You're using your awareness and you're saying, something's not right here, something smells fishy, something doesn't... Anyway, so you don't like it, you notice it, and you as the conscious mind are saying, this is not good. So what you're doing is you're saying, this is not good, I hate it, I dislike it, it's just wrong, however you're putting it, and then you're saying, okay, well, it's, maybe I'm seeing it out there somewhere, or, it's like a zit in my face, I don't like it, or I feel ill inside, I don't like it, in my body, or I've got thoughts racing in my mind that I'm not happy with the thoughts, whatever it is, it's in me. Because me is not only your body and your mind, but your me is the world around you. That is a different teaching, but I'm going to throw it in there, that your me is everything that you see. That's another lecture. Anyway, so your me, whatever you're seeing, it's in your me. So it means that you and the issue are connected. So you can do something about it. And what Dr. Hugh Len says is you have to go, oh dear, he calls them memories. He says that these things are memories, these programs running in your subconscious, unconscious mind. He says, dear memories or dear programs, please forgive me, because it's my me that you're part of that I'm seeing. So please forgive me because it's my me that's got the problem. I'm sorry for whatever's going on in my me that's out expressing as whatever it is that I hate. So you're telling the memory, it's not your fault. Whatever I'm seeing, it's not your fault that there's a plane crashing or, someone got murdered. It's not your fault. Dear memory, because that's all you're seeing. There's nothing physical. You're seeing a thought form. So the memory is a thought form. Memories are thought forms. Thought forms are things that we see with our awareness. So you're saying to whatever you're seeing, oh dear, my poor me, I'm so sorry. Please forgive my me for whatever's happened. I love my me. I love you, my me. And you're sending love to the memory itself. Because the memory, everything needs love, even these bad memories. They need love to heal. So you're sending love to heal the bad thing that happened, the plane crash or the murder or whatever. I love you. Please forgive me. I'm sorry it happened. And then you can say, thank you. It's just kindness and politeness. And that is what will trigger through a process. Dr. Hugh Len's is a bit more complicated. But basically, that process that you do will trigger the divinity to send dissolving energy to dissolve the thing that's outpicturing as whatever it is you hate. So, if you want to exit the matrix, you need to do Ho'oponopono. And Dr. Hugh Len has a few videos on YouTube, and you can find Joe Vitale's book. One is called Getting to Zero, but look up Joe Vitale and Ho'oponopono, and he talks about Dr. Hugh Len. Zero Limits was his first book, so you can look at Zero Limits, and it's information Joe Vitale wrote when he interviewed Dr. Hugh Len. Dr. Hugh Len was a student of a Hawaiian kahuna, a female Hawaiian kahuna named Morna Simeona. So if you look up Morna, Simeona, Simeonea. I hope I spelled it right. And you can see what you can find about her. I recently found another book that quotes her. It might be The Healing Field. I'll go look it up and I'll put it in the comments. There is your lecture today. So to exit the matrix once again, you have to use Ho'oponopono, which is whenever you see things that you don't like, you hate, things that are horrible, you say to these informations, these programs, these memories, I'm sorry for whatever's going on. Please forgive me because it's my me. Everything is me that you see, you're aware of. It's your me. Please forgive my me for whatever's going on. I love you. You're sending love to heal something that's damaged. And thank you because you're being polite and kind. Got it? That's how you exit the matrix. And the more people that do the cleaning, Dr. Hewlin said, there's not enough people doing the cleaning. And I went to see Dr. Hewlin, it was at least 10 years ago. So, if you want things to get better faster, you got to get more people doing the Ho'oponopono. Dr. Hewlin said you can train your child aspect, your subconscious mind, to do the Ho'oponopono for you. But you can go take a course on how to figure that out. I'm not going to teach you how to do that. That's Dr. Hewlin's bit. And but if you do it on your own, when you notice things, if you can do the Ho'oponopono, the more people you can tell about it, we should be able to shift and remove these negativities in the matrix, and that's how we're going to escape the matrix. Thank you very much.